So I just sat 3 hours through a board meeting. I had to sit through a school board meeting. This is for my homework, but I did not leave with a good taste in my mouth. I am very disappointed in this new board. I haven't actually sat through a meeting in a while because I left the district over a year ago. This is all allegedly and for entertainment purposes only, but they just voted in a new insurance, a self-insured program policy or whatever for their employees, and most of those board members did not even ask two questions. Did not even They're not asking the hard questions. They did not do their due diligence. There are a lot of yes people on that board. It looks like Congress. It looks like, oh, you want me to vote yes? Okay. It's really disappointing. You have just a few people on there that really ask the questions. Rendon, I like her. She asked a lot of good questions and she really did her homework. Lynn made some good points and Vaughn stepped up a few times, but for the most part, those others, I'm telling you, you need to check on the people you voted on because they are not in there. They forgot why they're there because they're not speaking for the people and they're not speaking for the children, because the way they just voted in this insurance policy, save the district money, yes, but it's going to cost you more on your deductibles. What? Listen, let me woosah. I'm no longer an employee of this district, but it's ridiculous. It really is. There was not enough hard questions asked. There was not enough due diligence. You guys need to vote people that are going to speak their mind and ask the hard questions, not just look good on camera. Yeah, and that's what you have in that board. I'm just telling you right now, you have a lot of people that are there for the cameras and not there for the hard questions and not there for their employees, because not enough was done on the back end, the front end, no end. Not enough was done. And I would have voted no with the Rendon lady because there's no way that would have got passed. There's not, what? So, not enough questions were asked, even about the disabilities, the edgenuity. They didn't really dig into that like I thought they should have. Some of them were even saying they don't want to be responsible for the hard decisions. Leave that up to the committees because they don't want that pressure on them. That's literally what you were voted for, the pressure. Like, you want to leave the responsibility of the hard decisions on the committees. They weren't voted there. You were entrusted with that responsibility. So because your people thought you had the shoulders broad enough to make the hard decisions, but yet you want to transfer those hard decisions over onto a committee of randos. Make that make sense. And somebody even said, oh, well, we don't want to micromanage the people we put in place. That's literally your job. You being the school board, your job is to oversee and make sure and micromanage the people that you have on, like, when necessary. I'm sorry, it's going to happen. You're going to have to micromanage at some point. Not all the time, hopefully, because you can put good people, but you need to be inspecting. You get what you inspect, not what you expect. So if you're just trusting, no. And then, not putting this info out to the people and saying you didn't want to confuse people and you didn't want to make people think that it was passed. You know that there was a way of wording that where you could have said this is all proposed. I feel like that's deceptive. It's deceptive. You didn't want people to know that this was coming because your employees would have been at that board meeting with all their input and you didn't want that. So I feel like that's deceptive. It's manipulative and it's deceptive. And you can say, oh, well, I didn't want to confuse people. No, you didn't want to alert people to what was coming. And, it is what it is. I can speak freely because I don't work for your district. This is all alleged and for entertainment purposes only. But do better. But I will say, the first part of the meeting, oh, great. I love all the people that came out to honor Gwendolyn Gwen Henderson. And I just love, the impact that she made on people's lives. And I don't know her personally, but I feel like I know her just based off of all the people that came and spoke about her. I just love that. I really do. But you guys, your board is not worried about the students. They're not worried about the employees. I'm not sure what they're worried about. Maybe their hair or looking good on camera. But you need to get some better people in those positions, because you need people that are going to ask the hard questions. You need people that are going to do their homework and do their due diligence and not be afraid to ruffle feathers. You got people on there that didn't even ask a question and voted. Now, how did you vote? And I didn't see you ask a single question about something so important as health insurance for your employees. Yes, you saved $26 million for the district, but what is it costing your employees? Because now their deductibles are what? Your health insurance is the worst. Like, it's the worst. And how is this other district paying less, but we have more people? We should be paying less because of the sheer amount that we have more people. Who's working out these plans? Why weren't there more options? Okay, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna move on. This is not my thing. Let me do my homework. Anyways, I just need to submit. Oh my God. They pissed me off. They really did. Oh Lord, district, do better. But you know, at the end of the day, you guys need to do better. You need to do better on who you vote into place, because you voted these people in. But I'm telling you right now, they forgot about it, because they are not worried about you when they're up there making these decisions, because they voted this in way too easy. Ciao. Woo, and you guys are going to see the effects of it, sadly. All right, moving on. All right, carry on.